started playing together when we were studying at the Royal Academy of Music in London.
Was the first thing we ever did the Borletti-Buitoni Trust?
It was the hardest piece written. It's quite amazing that we actually picked up that almost the hardest piece, you know, without sort of quite realising perhaps how difficult it is.
I could instantly tell that we all listened as much as each other. You just get a feeling about, when you play with anyone for the first time, you get a feeling about whether there's a two-way thing going on.
I think the string trio repertoire is sort of defined by the fact that the three voices are very equal. I mean, if you take Beethoven's trios or Mozart Divertimento, I mean, these pieces, I guess, were groundbreaking in their time because they are, I think it's fair to say, completely evenly written for the instruments.
We have worked a lot on our blend and sound and wanting to sound as one, but at the same time keeping this our own individuality.
People have often got a shock at the amount of noise we make. Maybe you see on a programme, string trio, you might imagine you're going to have to kind of like listen a bit, but it's almost an opportunity just to really go for it, because there are only three of you. The music naturally sort of tells you where you can just indulge in your own part and where it's really time to home in on the others. We might do it without discussing it, we just noticed that none of us did vibrato.
To be able to respond to each other in that way without actually having to stop and talk about it, that's so exciting.
The minute you lose the second violin, the instruments will take on a natural resonance. I think it's quite confusing sometimes. You listen to a string trio. I mean, it sounds far greater than the sum of its parts. You know, it sounds like a sextet sometimes. And there's something about just three of you. The instruments have their own room to resonate or something. It does have a very unique sound.
It's hard for us to know what effect we've had, but certainly there is an element of it being a bit of a breakthrough. We became established as a string trio rather than what's often the case, which is either three soloists or three chamber musicians just coming together just for the one-off concert.
It feels like an amazing thing that we actually did start it when we were students and that we now are professionals.
For me, and I think for all of us, would be just that it never stands still. That's the way it's felt all the way along.